Yeah, hello friends, you're most welcome back to my YouTube videos. I welcome you back from my previous videos because in previous video we've looked at the first phase of citation, and I welcome you back to join me in this second phase of citation. So that is what we're going to be looking at. So in the second phase of citation, we're going to be answering our question that says, how do we cite? And that is our question that we are going to be looking. We're going to be looking on ways how we can cite. Then, okay, let me take you through uh, this ways how we can cite. Our number one is we're going to be looking on how we can cite when the author is one only, when it's only one author. So when the author is one, let's looking first at your index citation. And in our index citation, the basic thing that you need to know is number one is the author's last name, and then secondly the year of publication, the date of publications where when the book has been published. So looking at this example here, we have two. Number one is parenthetical, such as you can write it parenthetical. Like parenthetical is like you first write the message, the information that you've written, the source of information you've written, and then secondly you can cite last by what, by putting the author's name and the what, and the year of publication. Like for example, this one here implies that this is the what, the information that you've written, and then here you open a bracket, you put the last name of the author, and then you put comma, and then you put the year of publication. Or we can go for narrative. For narrative, it's where you first come past, you begin by the what, the author's name, and the year of publication, and then there the information come later. Like for example, here we can say it's Oran, and then the year of publication, which is put in bracket. Emphasize here can be emphasized, or he stated that this and this and this and this is happening. So that is how we can cite in index in a text. And then coming to our reference list. In our reference list, normal reference list need to be having the author's last name, the initials. We need to be having the year of publication. We need to be having the title of the book. We need to have the publisher and the place of publication. So this is how to come with this example here. Like for example, picking from our index citation, because when you are writing the reference list, it also have the same information from what, from your index. It's not bring something different from what from your index. It should be rhyming, because what you cite in the index, it's what's going to appear what in the references. But the only difference in the reference is that it contains much of this information, much of it detailed information, like the title of the book, the publisher, the place of publication. Yeah, so this is the example how we can reference when it's one author. We have the last name of the author, that's Warren, and then we can put the initial, the full comma, we put the initial name, which either can be Elias, can be Ivansky. You put full stop, and then you open up a bracket, you put the year of the fabrication, you cross, you put a full stop, then you write the title of the book. Like for example, this one here, Understand the 50 Answer, which is the third edition. You put the third edition should be also in bracket the way it is, and then put a full stop. Then you go to the place of publication like Guru University. It's where this book is being published. After putting the place of publication, you put this, and then you put the publisher as the last. That is how you can cite for one author using the seven APA edition. Then looking at when you're citing for when you're citing for two authors, uh, when you're citing for two authors, I think in index citation, number one, we need to introduce one like in. We introduce one like and for narrative, and then we have this word, this and here, which is a symbol for what? For grammatical. And then let's look at the example. For example, here in alphabetical, we have we can write the information, and then this is how we can cite. Open the bracket before the first author last name. You put this symbol and this symbol of and here, and then we put the last author, the last name of the second author. For the year of application, and there we end with what? With full stop. But now when it comes to narrative, that's when we write the full name of an. Like for example here, get put the last name of the author, and the first author, which is Warren, and then we put an, the last name of the second author, and then we open the bracket, we put the year of publication, and then we say he stated or he emphasized on this and that and that. So that is how we can cite for that for two authors. And then here in our reference list, for example, we can have them here. When you be writing your reference list, all of them should be what? All of them and their initials should be there. I can put first the last name of the author, for the first author, for the initial, or you put you put a dot, you put a comma, and you put this symbol and you go to the last name of the first author, you put this comma, you put the initial name of the second author, you put the dot, then you put the year of application into bracket. And then here, this is the title, and it is second edition. This is the title of the book, which says Treatment of Ulcers. It's the second edition, which is being published in the University. And then Kenneth Chaplin, this is the author. Now this takes us to when there are, let's say, when there are three, 4, or 5 authors. 3, 4, or 5 authors. Now when the authors are 3 or 4 or 5 authors in in-text citation, what you need to do is all their names and what you need to know is that when you be writing your in-text citation, number one, you may include all their names, or either you may introduce the word ETL, which means and other authors in your citation. Like for example, if you want, you can write all their names, or if you want, you may write the name of the first author, and then you introduce the word ETL, which means and other authors. Looking at our example here, this is a parametric. We can look at it here. Here, I think we included all the names of the author. What you do, just you pick their last name. It's in in-text citation. You put all their last names here. Then you put the year of publication in bracket, and then you put all of them in bracket. Or we can use this. We can put the last name of the first author. Then we put the word ETL. You put dot, comma, then you put the year of publication. You put them all in bracket. That is also very good. And then in our reference list, this is how it look like. We normally in reference list we put all their names and their initials, and then put the title of the book, place of publication, and city of publication. For this scenario, we have the city of publication and then the publisher. Yeah. And then what to know mark is this commas here, this commas, and this full stop. Whenever you're done with writing the first author and its initial name, you can check here. You put the first comma, you first put the last name, you put a comma, you put the initial, you put full stop, and then put a comma. Meaning, you're going to the next author, and it's the same thing to the next author, to the second author, the same to the third author, and then to the fourth author. What you need to do is you can use the symbol and. This is normally this symbol is being used in what in the last, and then you put the last author in initial, put the year of publication, the title of the book, then we have the place of publication, we have the year, the city of the publication, and then we have the publisher. So that is basically how we can cite for 3, 4, or 5 authors. And then this takes us into citing for let me say 6 and 7 authors. When you're citing for 6 and 7 authors, now in text, now we normally begin the last name of the first author, and then here directly we don't here we can go direct and put the word ETL, which is very fine. Like for example, can the author, Warren, then put ETL. ETL means another authors for the year of publication. And then there you write the information that Warren is saying or Warren is referring to. And then in our reference list normally we put our author's own name. And then here, all the names of the authors, we put the year of publication, we put the title of the book. You can put the journal of publication, the article, in case you have an article, you have a journal or an article. Like for example, here we have this is how we can reference. For look at the first author, second author. We have the third author, fourth author, fifth, sixth, and then the seventh author, which is here. And then this is the title of the what title of the article. We have the journal the journal publication, which is here. And then here we have the six, which means that's the volume in that journal. And then we have the 5, is the issue in that journal, which is the issue which is talk about cancer diagnosis and treatment. And then this information you can get in the page. This I think this is the page number from page number 101 to page number 110. That's where you can basically find that the information about that. And then this one take here, it goes to the when there's 8 authors or more. When the authors are 8, either or the 8 or more authors, here we just use the word each here. There's nothing else we can put. We cannot put all their names, but we can use the word ETL. You can use the word ETL in our in-text citation. And then in our reference, we introduce the word we introduce eclipse. In the eclipse, that's when we introduce when we write in the word. You first write the first 6 authors, and then we are going to do the last author. The last author, that's when we introduce the eclipse. Like for example here, we can write all the names and the initials of the 6 authors. I think these are the 6 authors. And then here you see, after the 6th author, you put the eclipse, which is this dots here, 1, 2, 3. They're all normal 3, and then you put the last author. This one here implies that there are some authors who are in the middle, which we will not include their names. So for the last name of the last author, then for the year of publication, you put the title of the journal. We have put the journal article, the title of the article for the journal publication, then for the issue, the volume and the issue, and then for the page number. That's how we can cite for 8 and above. 8 and above authors. Then our next is when we want to cite for a multiple work by the same. Okay, let me say multiple work done by the same author in the same year. Like one author can write 2 publications or 3 publications in the same year. So if the information in them rhyme to what you'll be looking for, okay, let me say it's similar to the work you'll be looking for, and in both of them you get some key points or some information that you want to cite. This is how you can go about it. Here we introduce lowercase letters like A, B, and C, or A, B's, and C, and then we also include a semicolon in that. Looking at our example, for example, the publisher is Warren, and here this is how we can cite. We may first put we can use the parenthetical method by putting the information first, and then after that you can put or you can open a bracket to put the last name of the author, which is Warren, and then here you can put the year of publication. So a year of publication you can put that lowercase letter, which is A, meaning this is the first publication, which is A. And then you can put a semicolon. You put also the name of the author. You put the year of publication. You put B, meaning this is the second publication in the same year. In the same year. So, or either you can use the narrative method. In the narrative, here you can try to separate them. Like for example, you can say it's Warren. You put the year of publication, which is 2020. which is the first publication, he studies about climate changes. And then while in his second publication, he explored its effect on ecology. So this is basically you can you can intake Cite for work done by the same author in the same year. Then come to our reference list. In our reference list, normally we separate them. The first publication we separate it from the second publication. Like for example here, we put the warrant and the initials. We put the year of publication, meaning this is the first publication. We put let me say you put the title of this the title of the book. You look at the publisher. Then you can also give, for example, here. This is the second author, which is talks about the effect of the climate changes in ecology, and that is all how we can cite for multiple work being done by the same author. Now this takes us to our second last thing, to group of authors. Let me say, normally there are people who did things in group, like you can have organizations who can put their things in group, and in case you find information about them and that you wanted to cite in your index, this is how we can do it. Like for example, when let us use, let me say, World Health Organization. If you want to cite for an information that you got from World Health Organization, this is how we do. The first thing, let me say, in the first, if you cite for the first time, you can put you can type all the whole name of the organization, and then you put in bracket the abbreviation, you put the year of publication. Now, when you be cited for the second time, yeah, there it is no problem. You can just put the abbreviation of the organization, and then you put the year of publication, all of them in bracket, and that is all. Then in our references, this is how we can reference. You can put World Health Organization dot 2020, which is in bracket 2021. The topic is diagnosis of cancer and treatment. Where it has been published, it is in New Zealand. Then who has published its authors, meaning it's the same organization that have published it. It's been published by the same organization. So if the author and the publisher is the same, you can just put the word author, and that is all about it. Then if the organization has no abbreviation, just type the whole name like that. You can see this note here. If the publication has no abbreviation, you just type the whole name of the organization like that. And then now coming to us. When you this is now similar information related by more than one author. Yeah, there's some information which are related, but you get this information from different authors. So if you want to cite for such information, this is basically how we can go about it. Like for example, we have Dobson and Overton. So when we're citing for information we get from these two people, since the information rhyme, this is how we can do. Like for example, we can say resilience is seen as the ability to overcome adversaries. Yeah, that is being said by Dobson. And then you put a comma. Then you say convert stress and become back from hardship. That is being said by what? By Overton. And then you put the year of, you open a bracket, you put Dobson, comma, you put its keys year of publication. You put semicolon, then you put Overton, comma, you put his year of publication. They published in different years, but their work is similar. They published in different years and published different publishers, but the work rhyme, meaning what the work is similar. That's how we get cite for them. And then looking at, okay, yeah, this is the other way of us citing. We will put Dobson 2020, home semicolon, then we have Overton 2015, 2005. That's how we can basically start. Looking to our reference list, and our reference list, yeah, you can just separate them differently. We pick Dobson, Dobson in the source name, put the year application, we put the topic of the book, which is resilience, the solution to hardships, and then we put the place of application. And for example, we can say Kampala. Then we put the the publisher also there. Then we can go to Overton, who's the second publisher. We put his let me say his initials, the year of publication, his book, the title of his book, which is says tolerance is the effective for stress management. And then we have the periods of publication, and then we have the author, and that is all. Now this takes us into secondary how to cite for secondary sources. Yeah, take a scenario where you read information from a secondary source but not from the original source. This is how you can do it. Mhm. This is how you can do it, because normally in most cases we will be reading a work and you don't find the work from the original writer. So when you didn't find the work from the original writer, this is how you can actually work it. What you do, we need to do here, we need to introduce the word as cited in. This is the word we need to introduce in our work. That. And then, for example, here we have facet. Facet is facet open bracket as cited in by Polite and Beck. And we put comma, we put the year of application, and we say it's stated that this is for the, I think this is for narrative. So here in this example about the publication, meaning Fawcett is the what is the original author of okay, is the original source of the information. But when you say it is cited in, it means you got this information, you didn't read it from Fawcett, but you read it from Paulette and Becky. So meaning you got this information from Paulette and Becky. Meaning Paulette and Becky, they got this information from Fawcett, and for them they cite. And now for you, you also got the information from Paulette and what Becky. And in your citation, this is how you can cite, so that the professor may know that indeed this person didn't actually read the original information, didn't get the original information from forward, but he got the information from Paulette, which is also fine. And then in our reference, when we reference, we normally put the person whom you got the information from. We have the Paulette is initials, Paulette and the initials name, and then we go to Fawcett, we go to Becky and its initial name. We put the year of publication, we put the title, we put the title of the book, the edition, we put the place of publication, we put the publishers. I think here there are two publishers. There's this and this, and there's this and that one, which is the two publishers. So that's basically how we can cite for secondary sources. And normally these things we encounter when we're writing our academic writing or in our research. We find the purpose you didn't find from the original writer, but you find from someone who was written as cited. So that is also fine. So actually, thank you, my dear followers, my dear audience, and my dear viewers. I appreciate you for your time that you've given. You've not just wasted, but you've invested your time in watching this video. So if you find this video it's important and it's educative, please share it with your friends so that he may also learn from these skills that are explained. So thank you. We meet in my next video. My name is Erban Skoran. Bye bye.